rebellious house. Man, that's our people. Going back to 2 Ezra 14. Verse 18. For the truth is fled far away. The law, statutes, commandments of the Most High is fled far away. And leasing is hard at hand. He's telling them. At this time. For now hastens the vision to come which thou hast seen. Then answered I before thee and said, Behold, Thaahwam, I will go, as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness. Let's say the people's minds going to be in gross darkness, gross ignorance. Sodist children. Why he says, don't be afraid of their looks, being ignorant, and being stupid and dumb, come before the service of the Most High, as they did then and now, with religions and so forth. You put religion and try and be a Hebrew Israelite with a religion, it don't work. That don't work. Handle the Bible, talk to me. You can't do it. Religion's not going to teach them that. Because it's all stemming from the Roman Catholic Church. All religions. And they that dwell therein are without light. You hear that? They that dwell in this world is without light. We know that light. We went to the light. Proverbs 6:23. The light is the truth. The light is the laws of the Most High. For the law is burnt. Hear that? The law is burnt. Therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, or the works that shall begin. Now this hit me real hard, because it's like, when they tell you the law, we're not under the law is burnt. Therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee. No man knoweth the things that are done of the Most High. They don't know the things that's done of the Most High. Or the works that shall begin. They don't know, because the law is burnt. Wasn't there. Got rid of this. Like they got rid of it from the time of them coming to power, this last kingdom. They could care less about the Most High's laws. You think they're going to show you the right way? When they know the judgment that's coming to them, when you look up in the Thaahwam Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment. And gives scriptures to back it up. Isaiah 34:5 and 6. And Isaiah 63:1 down. Read it for yourself. It says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who is not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. Point blank. So it says, for that law is burnt. And they burn our law up too. They burn our Bibles up too. For that law is burnt. Therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, or the works that shall begin. But if I have found grace, just give you something you don't deserve, before thee, send the Holy Spirit unto me, and I shall write all that has been done in the world since the beginning. So he had to start all over again. He said, I'm going to write all the things that's been done from the beginning. You know, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, the Elohim, the Most High, and the Mashiach Yahushua created the heavens and the earth. He said, I shall write all that have been done in the world since the beginning, which were written in thy law. Written in thy law, that men may find thy path, and that they which will live in the latter days may live. You hear that? So you want to be part of Job 5:19 down, and you're going to continue to say that you ain't got to follow the Most High's rules and regulations, his laws? You hear what he just said? That men may find thy path. We might find our way, the path to the Most High, and that they may, which will live in the latter days, may live. You may live. Or if you don't live, you're going to die and be cast in the lake of fire. That's what he's talking about. That's what Moses always said, choose ye life or death. Point blank. That life is everlasting life, brothers and sisters. You may live. But if you're not going to live, you're going to be cast in the lake of fire. He's saying the last days. He said, and he answered me, saying, go thy way, gather the people together, and say unto them that they seek thee not for 40 days. So Ezra, just like Moses, was up in the mountain for 40 days. Ezra had 40 days that he was going to deal with in writing, even more than what the Most High gave Moses. But look, thou prepare thee many box trees, and take with thee Sariah, Dabriel, Silamiah, Ekanus, and Asiel, these 5 which are ready to write swiftly. They ready to scribe, whatever he's saying. And come hither, and I shall light a candle of understanding in thine heart, in your mind, which shall not be put out, till the things be which shall not be put out, till the things be performed which thou shalt begin to write. And when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, some things you're going to publish, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. Tomorrow, this hour, shalt thou begin to write. So he says some things you publish, and some things you only give to the wise. Like some things, I feel, if the Most High wanted you to know from Revelation, the 1st chapter, to Revelation, the 22nd chapter, then he would have made it clear and plain for you to understand it. This is not for everyone. Like I keep telling Ezra. Some things publish, some things don't. And you want to know the breakdown from Revelation, the 1st chapter to the 22nd chapter, hit me up. I don't think the Most High wanted everybody to know that. Daniel's the 1st chapter to the 12th chapter. Yeah, it's there, I have it, but is it for everyone to know? No. Because why wouldn't you understand it? Why aren't you breaking it down correctly, properly? Certain things the Most High don't want you to put out there. Else you would read it and to be self-explanatory. It's not. Like Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 thrones, stars on her head. Something like that. I mean, what does that mean? If you want you to know, he'd have gave the breakdown from the first word to the last word. It's not for everybody. That's why he told him. It makes sense to me why he said, in verse 26, and when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, give to the people, everyone can see, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. Any questions? Nobody any questions? So you're not the wise. You're supposed to be able to know how to break down Revelation's 1st chapter to the 22nd chapter. Daniel's the 1st chapter to the 12th chapter, and many others besides, you know. 2nd Ezra 11th chapter and so forth. Certain things you should be knowing. Because there will come a time you didn't ever want to know. That's why I say, how do you think we know? Well, we know. So we asked questions, we went into it. They had to go into it to show us the understanding of it. It ain't all on YouTube. It ain't on Facebook and all that. People now look how much I know. We know it probably prophesying. Probably. This ain't for everyone. Trust me. Why you think about h.o.i spoke in parables? You want to know why? All you that think you just going to drop everything that you know, we didn't get it all to know, to let everybody know. If that was the case, then why would you say this? Why would you say this? He don't want everybody to know. Mark the 4th chapter, verse 9. Because he said, it's a story, you can read the whole thing. From one, he went out on the ship and talked to people on the sea. And he said, some fell among thorns, some fell by the wayside, some fell among thorns, some fell among stony ground, and some fell among good ground. Okay? You read it from the top. That's a parable. People. Mark 4:9, he said, and he said unto them, and I'm here to show you that he don't want everybody to get this, he don't want everybody to be saved. And he said unto them, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12, some had enough sense to come with the 12, knowing that 12 was rolling with him, asked of him the parable or the riddle. Some fell among the wayside, some fell among thorns, some fell among stony ground, some fell among good ground. What are you talking about? So some that were the wise, as we just read about, and Ezra came with the 12, knowing that they was rolling with them, get the understanding of the parable. Verse 11, and he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery, that's something that's unknown, of the kingdom of the Most High. So everybody gonna know this mystery? It's a mystery, it's a secret. But unto them that are without, who's without? Let's see. Revelation 22:15. Hold that. Who's without? Y'all talking about everybody gonna get this. No. All you gotta do is call on the name of the Lord. You're gonna be saved. Look, Revelation 22:15. For without are dogs, and dogs is I went through a whole lesson on dogs. From the Unger's, for New Unger's Bible Dictionary, it says dogs was used by the Israelites concerning the Gentiles because of their profaneness and because of homosexuality. Dogs are sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. It's going to be without. That's why he's saying. Going back to Mark 4:11, and he said unto them, they actually understand the parable, the riddle. Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. Why? That seeing they may see and not perceive. They can see these words, they're not going to perceive them. And hearing they may hear the word and not understand, but they don't understand. Least at any time of them seeing and hearing the words of the Most High, least at any time they should be converted. They could be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. That let you know he don't want everybody to be saved. You can't tell me they want everybody to be saved. That's it right there. So we gotta understand, understand the point of the matter of how he wants this to go down. It's like that. That's the way it is. It's gonna be that way. But see, people think that it's just haphazard that we are going through what we're going through, and there's not going to be any repercussions for the way we are, because you still think how you've been programmed to be in darkness. Just follow your heart. Follow your own mind. You know, heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. That's what it says. Your mind, the way you think. If you think that way, it's wrong, because the Most High said in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom, which is a proper application of knowledge, is the principal thing. wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Hear that? With all thy getting, get understanding. But people not getting understanding because they think everybody gonna be saved, man. They think everybody gonna be saved. It's not everybody not gonna be saved. You don't want everybody to be saved. We just read it. So when you look at these are the old school Israelites. When you look at Romans 11:26, and so all Israel shall be saved. You think that's talking about every last Israelite gonna be saved? Better think again. All, that word all means a certain number. And how you gonna say 1/3 of the Israelites gonna be saved, 2/3 gonna be put to death, and you're gonna say all Israel gonna be saved? You can bring it back to wicked? No. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit is unforgivable in this world and the world to come. Thus said h.o.i, and he the word of the Most High. You hear the voice of the Most High, he becomes the word of the Most High. Thus it is written, thus it is. If that's the case, then why would he pray in verse 14? Why would he pray this? If by any means I may provoke to immolation they which are my flesh. He told you in verse 1, I say then that Most High cast away his people, Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Most High has not cast away his people which he foreknew. So he's letting you know, hey, if by any means, in verse 14, I may provoke to immolation them which are my flesh, which are the Israelites, and might save some of them. Might say some of them. When he told us in verse 5, Romans 11:5, even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. See? Verse 7, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election, that 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The rest gonna be blinded. 2/3 of our people not gonna make it. That's what it's saying. So how is all Israel gonna be saved? That all means a certain number. Look it up in old dictionaries. A certain number. But he just said without. You think that ain't part of our people? Following the same suit as the goats? The mindset of this world that we in now? Why they gonna be burnt up? Going to the lake of fire. Because they're not gonna get it. It's gonna be presented to them, but they're not gonna get it. So you see in Ezra's time, man, he had to write from the beginning. He had to show them the beginning. Say, hey, get this, publish this, and some of this don't publish. That's during the time of Ezra. Look at the time of the Greeks. We're going to end with that and continue this on further at another time. In First Maccabees, how they burnt the Bible. They burnt the law. And you burning the Bible up now. You might as well say, if you not follow what the h.o.i had to follow, you only had the law of the prophets. They burn it up. Look. First book of the Maccabees. In the Apocrypha, it says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. This is Alexander the Greek. You learn about him in school. Tell you in verse 9, after his death, after he died, he set up 4 generals to be over his kingdom. They all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth, right? Job 9:24 says, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? So then when you look at verse 10, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, Surname Epiphanes, Antiochus Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks, right? So when you look at the next verse, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men. These men gonna be saved too? Wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So this device pleased them well. So I'm going to show you what he did, Antiochus Epiphanes. Look at verse, and we deal with this during the time of Feast of Lights. It's coming up this year. I think around Esau's 12th month. Verse 41, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Sound like New World Order to me. And everyone should leave his laws. Now, we don't want to have the laws of the Most High. He gives laws to no one else but the Israelites. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. I guess so. What laws did they have? I tell you in Psalms 96 and 5, for all the gods of the idol of the heathen are idols. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. See, that's a religion. We ain't under the law. That's a religion. Stemming all the way back then. And sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Strange laws of the land. Because it wasn't the laws of the Most High. Like the strange laws of this land. Or whatever land we in now. It's dealing with all these Christianity doctrines and so forth. Saying you ain't under the law, but you're under mercy and grace. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple. And that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days. See? And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. That's what they did. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Defiling the temple. Totally. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, homosexuality, and eating pork and shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, whatever you could do to make us sin and break the laws of the Most High. To the end they might forget the law. See? That's why you're doing whatever you're doing now. To the end you get the law in this day. Just follow your heart. Most High know your heart. Yeah, he know your mind well enough to know to put your butt to death and throw you in the lake of fire if you don't repent. To the end they might forget the law. See, a lot of them forgot the law of the Most High. Some of you never knew it. Some of you won't even read from Genesis to Deuteronomy. And change all the ordinances. Hear that? Change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. That's why a lot of us became Greeks. That's when you see the Jew into the Greek in the New Testament. That's what it's talking about. We became just like them. Just like a lot of you are Gentiles, you heathens, you Edomanites, you are Edom. You joined to them, you are them. The mindset of the elite that have everybody going off. And not coming back to the Most High's laws, statute commandments. In the self-same matter, wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the peoples. Don't that sound like slavery? But overseers watching everybody. Overseeing whatever you do. Commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Why? Verse 49, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. Verse 52, then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsook the law And so they committed evils in the land. So you want to forget the law? You want to forsake the law? You commit evils in the land. Every last one of you. It says, and drove the Israelites into secret places, in the catacombs. We ran in the catacombs. Even wheresoever they could flee to be secure. We ran in the catacombs, built them catacombs underground. Now on the 15th day of the month, Caslu, your 25th day of December, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side. Why? Verse 49, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances, like all these religions have done today. That's why we ran in the catacombs. Verse 55, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. I guess so, funky and stanky it probably was. It says, and when they, listen at this, and when they had rent or tore in pieces the books of the law, like I told you, this when they did it under the Edomites, Antiochus Epiphanes, and when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire. There it is. There it is. Once again, just like Ezra said, during his time, you know, they wasn't with us. That's why we went into Psalms 83rd chapter, the enemies and the haters of the Most High. He the one created these laws. That's why he said, 2 Ezra 14-21, for the law is burnt, therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, Most High, or the works that shall begin, or the works that's going to happen, your future prophecies. What they do during the time of the Greeks, Antiochus Epiphanes. Verse 56, and when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, they tore the pages out of the books, which they found, they burnt them with fire. And whatsoever was found with any the book of the testament, you were caught with the book of the testament, the laws of the Most High, or if any consented to the law. The king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Come on. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities. Now on the 25th day of the month, the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice unto the idol altar, which was upon the altar of the Most High. At which time, according to the commandments, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. See, the women was hardcore. Remember they told them, verse 48, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation? Nah. On the 25th day of the month, when they sacrificed on this idol altars, they also, verse 60, at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. That's why you see them bulbs on them trees, man. Those are our children's heads. That's where that comes from. Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So they did, so then they died. And there was very great wrath upon Israel. No different than what you see behind me. It's before he did this to us here in America. Same thing. So yes, a privilege and a great act the Most High has given us to be able to have this Bible and to understand what it is that we've been through as a people and what we have to look forward to. The kingdom of the Most High. A righteous kingdom. That's why I look at 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter, the 6th verse. You wonder why I say to the Jew and to the Greek, to the Jew and to the Gentile. This is why. This is before Mashiach came on earth, because when you look at Malachi, we're in the Persian Mede Empire. From the Persian Mede Empire, we just read about how Alexander took down the Persian Mede Empire and became the first over the Greek Empire. Right there in 1 Maccabees 1:1. So where is that at in your regular Bible? They took this Apocrypha out of it. That's where the Greek Empire is. Right here, we're reading about it now. In the 1st and 2nd Maccabees. This goes right after Malachi. So, we look at 2 Maccabees 6:6. It says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts. We just read about how he defiled everything. Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. See? That's why they call themselves Greeks. Israelites. They will call themselves Greeks. To the Jew and to the Greek, not to the Jew and to... I mean, if that's the case, then why... What about every other nation? That's what... I don't understand. Why you're not considering none of the other nations? Just to the Jew and to the Greek? I don't think so. Think about it. So, I'm going to conclude right there, and we'll continue on this, because it's very important, you know, to see how the Most High loved us and how we just show love to Him by not doing what He's told us to do until this day. And the consequences are what they are. And I say, Shalom, and I'm out.